This should be going live. Probably need to click the go live button. That would help. There we go. All right, here we go. In 3, 2. All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. The weekends always go by so fast, don't they?
Absolutely.
They just fly on by.
Like
but
we worked to Friday, right? We're like, okay, we got there.
We got there,
Yeah.
and then snap the finger, and you're back. And that's okay, because we've got tons of stories to talk about today. Lots of really, really big stories happening. Kind of all over the board as well in different schools. The search, of course, for Elijah Vu continuing. Fire danger, that's all throughout the state right now. So lots of stuff to cover. And we want to start like we like to do on these Monday morning check-ins that we're doing every week now. So Monday mornings at about 8:30, you can hang out with me and Tammy for a little bit as we incorporate our digital news desk here and chat with folks online. So let us know if you're watching. We want to hear from you. And we're going to start talking about your CFA, your Consumer First Alert update from Friday, because it's spring break season and there's some warnings out there for people.
Right, travel. A lot of people thinking about that, right? You're booking, or maybe you're looking forward to your trip. And I talked with Wisconsin Consumer Protection, the administrator for the Division of Trade and Consumer Protection. They really wanted to get this out because they said last year travel made their top 10 list of complaints from people. And this is, we're not just talking about scams. We're talking about issues that people had with travel, billing issues, or cancellation issues. So a couple things to talk about there, but I'll kind of start at the top of the list here. A couple of the things to think about if you're booking travel, especially last minute. You see a deal pop up and you're like, oh, this looks great, oh my gosh, and the price is so great. Well, that's when you really want to double check.
Too good to be true, right? That's that warning, right? Too good to be true, sure.
So, especially if you're not on a familiar platform, if you're not on Airbnb or VRBO, things like that, okay, check the address. Look it up. Get the address from the person. Get the exact location. I mean, she said there are people who thought they were staying at a wonderful home, several bedrooms, it's on the beach, and they end up and it's a parking garage. Okay, so
not quite what you're expecting.
Your dream vacation. So definitely check that out. If they're asking you to go off of that primary platform, hey, I can give you a better deal if we leave there, then that's suspicious. Also, I mean, we say this all the time with my consumer alerts, don't pay with gift cards. Also, any other kind of, unusual payment forms, if you're wiring money, paying with cryptocurrency, those kind of things. Those are always red flags.
We always, when we make these different graphics every week, I think the don't pay with gift cards could just be branded on with your
Almost
consumer first alerts because,
always, right?
and there's so many of those scams out there that
Right.
are continuing to trick people into
Right.
purchasing gift cards and paying with those. And it's
Yes.
just, you can't, that is the most illegitimate
Right.
way to pay for something.
And
right?
it's a scammer's favorite thing. So
Sure.
a couple of other things. So you're getting ready to travel. Make sure you verify your arrangements. One thing she said is a lot of times people are booking the complete package, right? You're getting your airfare and your hotel and your rental, your car rental, and maybe some, extra entertainment things. Verify all of that. I had someone tell me, bought a travel package. This is just one example. Went to pick up the car at the airport, assuming that the rental was at the airport location
Ready
when they
to
flew
go.
in, but it was off-site, quite a distance away.
Oh,
Why?
man.
Because you're saving money doing that.
Sure.
So those are like the little things that you want to verify. And then also, this was a really good tip I thought, to share your plans with family. So we know that they're called grandparent scams. That's where someone is calling you, pretending to be a family member. They call sometimes an older loved one, and they're saying, I'm in trouble, grandpa or grandma, and I can't tell anybody about this. I don't want anybody to know, so please be quiet, but you need to, wire me money or, send me gift cards or something like that to pay for something. So she said it's a really good idea to share your plans with your family very specifically. And if you were to be in trouble, if there was an emergency, how would you share those details? Like, be very specific about that. And that was, I thought, a really good tip because we know that those scams are just increasing. They're getting, sadly, more convincing because of artificial intelligence.
Sure.
Faking the sound of a voice or just the way that they're doing these. They're becoming very convincing. So that was one of the good tips to avoid scams. And then in general, just overall, talking about if you have issues, with your vacation, so you maybe didn't check the cancellation policy. She said those are the things, like all the fine print. You really, really need to read that. But if you do have an issue, you can always contact Department of Ag and Trade and Consumer Protection. They have a hotline number. They have an email. We have all that at wbay.com. We share that on the link there with my story.
And such an important time to be talking about all of this because a lot of spring break trips are either happening this week or next week. And
when you're booking these things, I mean, bottom line, okay, who isn't looking to save money?
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
So
you
you're
want to find the
looking
best
save
deals
money,
and
But look at what all that really means. Are you giving up something for that? So those are just kind of some tips and the cancellation policy. That's just so important. I know you never think that you're going to have to cancel or need to cancel your trip, but look at that. And are you forfeiting a down payment or do you have a certain amount of time, that window? It's just really important to look at all of that.
important tips, like you said, all of them on wbay.com. So make sure to head to our website if you've got a trip of your own set up and you want to make sure you're taking all the precautions that are necessary.
I know it's not the fun stuff.
Yeah, but it's the
like
important stuff, right? And
Right.
and then you can enjoy it and have all that fun
Exactly.
without worrying about it. We want to get into some of the other stories that we are following throughout the day, of course, and we start by showing this graphic right here. This is, of course, 3-year-old Elijah Vu, who continues to be. The search efforts continue. This was shared by Elijah's aunt on Facebook, and the family has been organizing a lot of search efforts over the past few weeks. Wednesday, I believe, will mark 1 month that he's been missing.
Right.
So
Since February 20th.
February 20th.
They had a candlelight vigil over the weekend on Saturday night, so a lot of people attending, and their message was really that they're not giving up hope. So they still want people to help out if they can, and obviously share any tips with authorities. I mean, they continue to tell us that they're following up on those.
And that's they follow up on them. We know authorities have been continuing to search for Elijah, and again, just so many. It's been so amazing to see how many community members, not only from Two Rivers, but the surrounding area. I know a few of the stories we had last week, there were folks from Green Bay, from Fond du Lac, from Milwaukee making the trip up, all just wanting to do anything that they can to help, and very great to see those efforts. And
it really speaks to our community that we have here, in Wisconsin and Northeast Wisconsin. And so, that is definitely continuing. And we continue to keep you updated on that and follow up with that.
And that reward now for any information leading to Elijah being found up to $40,000. So as Tammy said, we'll continue to keep people updated as we go there. And now we're going to go to this story right here. That's I will get it pulled up in one second. Lots of people talking about this one.
Schools.
The district, so they are going to be out of school now until April 2nd at the earliest is when they're planning to bring people back in. I'm going to highlight on the screen right here.
So this goes back to last week.
The carbon monoxide concerns.
And there were 39, it was students and staff members who got sick, and they had canceled class Friday. And then over the weekend, they put out this news release saying that they needed some more thorough inspections. They're bringing in a group today out of central Wisconsin Mechanical, going to be coming in to help with the investigation. And then they just said they need to thoroughly go through and clean their HVAC system and just make sure that everything is safe for the kids and the staff. And so, yeah, their spring break originally was next week, so now they've just extended that, so they're not coming back to school until April 2nd here. So that's a situation that we continue to follow. And
our team has been reaching out to the district, trying to see, what that's going to mean for the school year itself and whatnot. So we'll continue to follow along with that story. That is a big story that we've been following this morning. And then another story that we're following, if you were watching Action 2 News this morning, you saw Emily Roberts out in Wapaka County. And the reason I have this part of the web story up, just look at all that dry vegetation right there. And Emily, when she would hold her microphone kind of down to it, you could just hear the crunching of the leaves and the vegetation.
And it is extremely dry. And we have been talking about this. Chief Meteorologist Wbay has been talking about that. We show the fire danger map, which they're going to update probably in just about 20 minutes or so.
Yep, that should be updating soon.
But yeah, much of the state is in high or very high fire danger because of all of, the leftover vegetation. We haven't had a lot of rain. We haven't had a lot of snow. And even though it's cold out, it's still an issue. It's still a concern.
It's like we talked a little bit about this last week too, when this was something that we were discussing. But it's all the little things that you don't like. Of course, you can not do bonfires or burning barrels or things like that. But it's trailer chains dragging along the roadway, cigarette butts, just these little anything that can cause the slightest spark.
That could cause a spark. So yeah, so Emily was out there this morning in Wapaka County. I think she was in the Fremont area. And Steve was kind of highlighting because it started snowing, I think, toward the end of she was on one of her live shots around 6:30. A few snowflakes, but not enough to make a difference in all of this. We do have some snow coming.
I was going to say that could change.
I don't really want to talk about that, do you? Honestly.
Today's the last full day of winter.
Right.
And
we want spring weather.
It doesn't. We've been enjoying all this spring weather for the last really all winter long. It has been a crazy winter, and now Mother Nature has kind of got the seasons flipped because it's going to be nice and cold this week. You're going to want to keep those coats, and there's some snow that we're expecting later in the week, and then leading into early next week. So what are you going to do? That's Wisconsin, but we're going to give our weather team a plug here. You can, of course, download our weather app and get the updates anytime, anywhere. They're free on the App Store as well as Google Play. So if you have an Android, you can get them on Google Play. And Steve and the weather team, they keep you up to date.
They do, and it's great when you travel. I travel a lot, and I'm always pulling up my WBAY app, and I'll tell my friends, around me, do you have the WBAY app? So you set it to follow you, and it'll tell you exactly what's going on.
And it's so accurate. It's so accurate. They keep us all up to date. They keep us safe, so we love that. And then a plug for our live stream, because you can, of course, watch us on Action 2 News this morning from 4:30 to 7, and then we have so much fun from 4:30 to 7 that from 7:05 to 7:30, we have even more fun.
We do.
I mean, there were Friday. Go back and watch Fridays on our website.
We were a little off the rails, as we said.
Catherine Bracho is a skillful flosser.
Yes.
The dance move, the floss, and her dab abilities are incredible as well. I learned a lot.
We do talk about news.
We talk about the news too, but we have a little fun with it. Today we were talking about the March Madness brackets because for the men's side of things, the Badgers are a 5 seed, Marquette's a 2 seed, and then the UW Green Bay women are an 11 seed. They're going to be playing Tennessee. So go Phoenix.
Super excited about that. So yeah, we were talking about brackets and all those kind of fun things, and I don't know. I mean,
We
I'll
have a
fill
good
one
time.
out because it's fun.
Yeah.
You watch along with the
It gives you
games
something
and-
to watch
right,
along
right.
with, and we have a good time. So make sure, if you want to have a good time as well on your mornings, Monday through Friday, 7:05, WBAY.com. It's a cool way for us to keep the online viewers engaged,
Yes.
like we're doing right here with our digital news desk. So make sure to tune in for that.
We appreciate it. And you see Emily Byer in the background there. She's heading out to her story. Yeah.
Happy Monday.
So a little bit of our newsroom behind us. So yeah,
A
everybody
wonderful view.
coming in and going, right? That's how we do.
Busy start to the week,
Yes.
and we're going to keep people updated, of course, on air and online. Make sure to, you'll see Tammy and I tomorrow morning again, right at 4:30 on Action 2
back
News
at
this
it.
morning, and it's going to be a good week.
Yeah.
Sending those positive vibes out into the air
Absolutely.
early.
You're
So,
good at that.
we try and keep it positive. Keep it positive. Keep it
Yes.
keep it fun, exciting, and yeah. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks so much for tuning in, and make this a point. Set an alarm. Do whatever you got to do. 8:30s on Monday morning. You can hang out with Tammy and I, even after the live stream, for a little bit longer.
Sure.
Have a good conversation. So
Definitely.
make it a great week, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow morning on Action 2 News this morning at 4:30.